Amazing day. Now, starting this video, before we get into our market update and our day trading recap, I wanted to start with something a little different. And it's that I have been feeling the best mentally and physically that I have in a long time, and my trading is showing for it. I've been doing something called the 75 hard, which is basically 75 days of no alcohol, no cheat meals, 2 workouts a day. You can look up the whole workout on the internet if you like. There's a picture of it right here. And in the last 27 days, I'm on day 27, I've come to a lot of realizations. I've refocused my goals, and my trading has been much more patient as I've been working so hard on. Now, social media is really good at only showing you the good of life. You know, a lot of traders on social media are good at only showing you the good side of it, but this can be very stressful. Losing trades suck, and if you want to become a profitable trader and make money in this long term, it starts with discipline, and stuff like the 75 hard is one of the best things you can possibly do for discipline. Having a solid routine, being able to stay patient throughout the day, and having a good head in your shoulders is a great start to becoming a profitable trader and learning the right way to trade. And again, I'm not sponsored by 75 hard or anything. I think their app in the app store is like $3, you know, something like that. It's super cheap. You don't even have to use the app. You can keep track of it on paper or whatever. I just genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I've been through a lot of hard times. Now, I want to see you guys win, and I want you guys to know that no matter what situation you're in, whether you're broke, whether you're out of shape, whatever it is, that you can overcome. There was a time when I was out of shape, and I was broke too. I've literally been in a lot of your guys' shoes, and I promise you, there is light on the other side. Now, all that beautiful stuff out of the way, let's get back to trading. So on the small account today, had a $1,000 day, as you can see here, $1,001 trading SPY, QQQ, and Microsoft. I've been trying so hard on live trading. You know, I live trade on Voice. You know, if you hop in, you can listen to me trade live. You can see what I'm trading, get my entries and exits, all that good stuff. I've been trying so hard on live trading to incorporate more small account stuff and to incorporate more education with that, as you know, that is one of the biggest, most important things you're going to have to know in order to build a trading account, what this video is about. While on the large account, I had a $3,781 day, nearly 4K, trading much larger positions and much faster trades. Now, we're going to focus on the small account. As you know, I have a lot of good stuff I can tell you. I've built small accounts before. My first ever account was $5,000. As you guys may or may not know, if you're new or not to the channel, I'm now a 7-figure day trader, and I trade with much more than $5,000. So I have a lot of good tips for you on building small accounts, building day trading accounts in general, and mistakes that traders make that in this video we're going to pinpoint, hopefully lead you in the direction of not making those mistakes and making some real money. So if you enjoy free game, if you enjoy motivation and transparent trading, consider hitting that like and subscribe button in the bottom right corner, and welcome to the money team. Now, first and foremost, we're going to go over a trade on Microsoft because there's 2 parts of this I want to talk about. This was my first trade of the day, and on the small account, as you can see here, I'll go over here, clean $201 on this trade. So we go back to our charts tab. We're going to go to the 5-day 5-minute on Microsoft. So found this level, or let's go to the 1-minute chart, excuse me. Found this level, right? It was a clear area of confluence. It was a high from the day before. You know, we had this big area in here, massive move over, and on our hourly chart in the morning, this level looked good. Now, I only say that because I always like to include how I find my trades, not just the trade I took. Find a lot of my trades on the hourly chart. My boy Grizzly, who live trades with me on Voice as well in the Discord, was watching this heavily. It was on his watch list as well. Big watch from it open. Now, why do we want to talk about this trade? Who cares about the $200 on the small account? That part doesn't matter. What matters is that you need to know this trading at open. Trading at open can be extremely effing difficult, right? And there's no other way to put it. It can be extremely hard. You see massive moves up and down. So the level we were watching was this 266. Came in, you know, bottom took this to a T, had this massive move up. Contracts moved like crazy on this right here. Boom, hit this. Nice move up to 267.3, right? Not a bad move. Overall, a nice scalp with a low position size. Now, that's great. You know, that money is cool, but you need to know this. Trading at the open can be extremely risky. Things move very fast, move up and down, and if you're not scaling in and out, you can very well get smoked. If you get a bad fill, if you're hesitating down here, you're watching it, get a bad fill up here, you can very easily get smoked. Trading the open is not for the lighthearted. Trading the open is not for the inexperienced. I see so many traders trying to make a quick bag in the first few minutes, which once you learn how to trade, once you have some experience, 5-minute work days are amazing. You guys already know if you're in the Discord, if you've been watching this channel, I love me a 5-minute work day. Love it, love it, love it. There's nothing I love more. But unfortunately, if you're trying to trade the open, you have to know what you're doing, as there's some extreme volatility and not much chart patterns and, you know, trend to back what you're doing. So things can reverse really quick. You know, those first few minutes, we're still kind of establishing a trend. You don't really know what's going on. So unless you have a very high probability setup, you know, if you're a beginner, you might want to skip the first 5, 10, 15 minutes. Now, if you see something nice and slow, you've been watching something for a while, you're entering a swing, whatever it may be, then the open's fine. But if you're a brand new trader trying to scalp Tesla off the open, there's a good chance you're going to get smoked, and you're going to be sitting there saying, damn, I wish I wouldn't have traded the open. I wish I would have listened to Jay down in his YouTube video or what he's telling us on voice, because you best believe I'm preaching this on voice too. So that was a good lesson on opening. This trade worked out nicely, kind of nice scalp up. Obviously, you can see it kind of reversed here after that move up, but overall, nice. We had the right level here. Nice move up. We would have liked more if we didn't get it. So next on the list, we're going to go talk about SPY. Now, trading SPY, I was watching this morning, trading it live with the squad, and we had a lot of stuff going on. Now, I don't want to go over every single nitpicky part of the trade, but I do want to go over some specific stuff that I saw. So on SPY, specifically the puts, I took a few trades on SPY today with a small account, but one of the entries was this candlestick up here for puts. Now, how did I find that? During the day, I was watching the 5-minute chart and the 15-minute chart, which if you're a beginning trader, I highly recommend you do. Jeez, why won't this go? You watch the 5-minute and the 15-minute chart, and you watch those corresponding with each other. As you can get a lot of good entries, you can get a lot of good stuff. Now, I was watching this descending triangle. I was watching, we were making lower highs. We were holding this, lower low here. So on a descending triangle, you want to watch, you want to come down, make a, lower high, same low, lower high, same low. So I was watching, we had our VWAP right here on the 5-minute and the 15-minute. Top ticked this perfectly, almost to a T, right up here, and rode this puppy down. Beautiful move. Called that out in my text channel, called that out in live voice. And it was a nice move. We bounced off the trend line, got down here. Contracts moved great, all was good. Now, trading this, it's important to remember, we went over this in book club too, that when you're watching stuff like a descending triangle, these things can break both ways. Obviously, your bias, not your bullish. Your bias is bearish, because you got to think about it psychologically. Again, when you see these candlestick patterns, if you're a day trader and trying to build an account, you have to think of the psychology behind the pattern, okay? And that is that the stock is making lower highs and maintaining that lower low. So we're not, we're losing ground. Bulls try to push it up, lower high. Bulls try to push it up, lower high. They're pushing it less and less to where eventually the bears bring us down. We break that support the bulls are holding and we move down. However, we can also go up off these. As you see here, we broke out to the upside. That happens. I think I read a statistic that for these ascending and descending triangles, it's like 55% of the time we break to the area it's supposed to. 43% we break the other direction. So obviously your probabilities are to the way it's supposed to go, but it can break the other way, which it did here. And I was actually talking to the team about this. I started my position here, trimmed heavily down here, and I had my stop loss at break even right here. Now we see that area of confluence here is where we had the area right. Technically speaking, our stochastic was crossing up on the 15-minute right here. Buy signal, we had this bullish volume coming in, higher volume on this candlestick than this one, with bullishness in the actual candlestick itself. Bullish sign right there. I was telling them you could technically switch to puts at this point, or to calls, at this point. We have a reversal here. I personally didn't. I was trying to keep my profits for the day, and it kept ripping up. Now, again, as a trader, let's go back. Let's relate to what you need to know as a trader to this trade. It's that you have to follow the trend. You have to respect your stop losses, respect your risk management, and not try to chase every single move. Be a sniper. Find your move, snipe it, be done with it, move on to the next good trade. Don't try to reverse and do this and do this and do this, because you're gonna end up chasing a lot. It's gonna end up losing you money in the future. So again, so far we have went over trading the open and how dangerous it can be, and also following the trend, knowing the probabilities behind your chart patterns, knowing how to use those chart patterns, and knowing how to follow your trading plan using them. You can't just say you're going to have a stop loss and then not listen to it. You have to be very respectful of your risk and really take that to the heart, because if you don't respect your risk, the stock market will hand you your butt and you will wish you had. So, in building a trading account, you're going to make more money in the long term off base hits than home runs. If you're always swinging for home runs, you're holding losers, you're hodling, you're having small wins, you're going to end up getting smoked. That's not what we want to do here at Team Bull. We want consistent wins. You're going to have some losses too, but small losses, bigger wins, and that comes from proper risk management, following your trading plan, and also holding your damn winners. That's why I kept saying to the team, we were in this trade, and I wasn't going to trim all of it down here, right? I trimmed a good portion of it down here, but if I would have taken it all off right here, and we end up, tanking all the way down to, down here, I would have said, damn, I should have followed my trading plan. However, if you're already in profit, the best thing you can do as a trader is coming up, having your stop loss set at break even and giving your room some trade to breathe. Your trade some room to breathe, because in the end, that's what's going to get you those massive wins. They're going to offset the small losses you have. So if you're a trader, you have to remember that. You have to realize that you're going to have some losses. You're going to get stopped out at break even sometimes. But if you don't let yourself have bigger winners, you're never going to get that. And I also think it's important to mention too that, in psychology, it's proven that we get more pleasure or more joy, or whatever you want to call it, from avoiding loss than taking big wins. So a lot of times traders will take profits too early to avoid loss, because that's, more satisfying than having to face the fact you might lose a trade. We got to change that psychology, fam. We got to change that psychology. So you got to remember, you got to hold your winners longer, trim, manage your position, but also cut your losers quick. You don't want to have 5, 6, 7 green days in a row, have a big loser, wipe all that out. That's not what we do here at Team Bull. Not at all. So hopefully those few little tips help you. I got a ton more where that came from on how to build a day trading account, but those simple stuff with risk management should help you a lot, should help you make a lot of money. That's my goal. That's my purpose in life. And again, hope you guys all find your edge, find your mental discipline, and I hope you all make millions of effing dollars.